Howdy y'all. Hey, we're gonna do some testing today. If you follow the JTS air guns, you know that they've had problems with their barrels. They not so much on the standards that I know of, but the Maxes, the barrels are basically bad as far as things wrong with it. They shoot great, but when you start adding moderators to them, they start clipping, and it's proven already some of the problems with it, so we're not going to get into that. But I want to put a moderator on this one. Not really need it, but I just want to put it on there just for it, just to tone it down just a tad bit more. It's not that loud to begin with, but so I made me an adapter, because you have to have an adapter to go on it. So basically this is my adapter, and I'll show you up close here in a minute. Then I got a thread protector to go on it. So what we're going to do first of all is that little square white target out there, we're going to shoot it a few times. Then we're going to install this and see if we can still hit it. If it's clipping, there's no way we're going to hit that far out. So let's take a few shots here. I mean, that's hitting right at point of aim. So let's come in here and I'll show you me changing it out. Okay, so we have an end cap in here. There's the end cap. Got probably a 3/8 inch hole. I don't know exactly how big it is. And this is what we're going to replace it with. But mine has a 1/4 inch hole in it. Now technically, pellets, 22 caliber pellets, are in the 218 range. So we have a good 30 thousandths of clearance. Now when I make my moderator adapter or accessory adapter, I turned all of this in one shot. I drilled it, turned everything, so everything on this thing is concentric. I part it off, and then I turn it around and I face to get the correct length from here to here, because it does, I believe, touch inside of there. So we're going to screw this on there. And once you get it kind of in there, it's got a little bit of wiggle till you get it lined up. When you get it down there at the bottom, there's very little wiggle. It straight lines up. Put the thread protector back on it. All right, let's do some shooting. Okay, let's see if we can hit that target down there. I'm gonna aim at the exact same spot I was aiming at a while ago. Didn't touch it. Didn't touch it again. Let's see if I can even see it hit anything. Nope. Oh, I hit it way out in front of it that time. Yeah, it's hitting real low. All right, let's go to the bench, take this thing apart, inspect everything, and find out what's going on. All right, so I got both of them off. There's nothing on the end of the barrel. Dead on. Now let's go inside to the bench and see what's going on. Okay, so let's get this shroud off here. First thing is degas the gun. Make sure it is degassed. This is your degassing screw right here. There is no magazine. All right, we need to loosen this screw up a little bit. All you do is loosen it up a little bit. Now, I made me a spanner wrench because this barrel, these things are under compression. There's that. And all that does is just push on the end of the barrel. All right, now we're gonna unscrew the shroud. If you don't loosen this, you can't unscrew it. All right. Now your baffles are in here, so be careful that you make sure which way they are. There's that piece. The next one, I'm gonna lay them out here as they come out. Looks like it's time to clean them anyway. There's still one stuck in there. I just happen to have a cleaning rod right here close by. There's that. This is your stripper. Goes on there like that. These baffles stack up. So let's get some tools to measure with, okay? All right, get this indicator on a gauge pin that's in the bore. It's about a half a thou. But look at the OD that the centering tool goes onto. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that surface down 60 thousandths and make a sleeve to go over it. Alright, we got it all turned. The crown runs true, and we've got good accuracy, so we're not changing the crown. Alright, got the sleeve board turned. Just need to part it off length. Okay, so we got the barrel turned down. We have the sleeve mounted in the stripper. Barrel's been turned down, and that fits on there, and there is no play to that, none whatsoever. So we are ready to put this thing back together. So let me find my stuff. Here it is. Ultimox. We'll put a little bit on the O-rings right here. Slide that in there and screw it in. Too much junk on my bench. Screw it in until it comes out on the breech side over here. Yeah, right, we're getting close. Now I'm going to take one of these screws out here so we can see the dimples on the barrel, on the thimble. Alright. Looks like maybe one more turn. Yep, and then we have the little dimples on the thimble, and the brass of the thimble is right on the edge right here. So now we can put that screw in. Well, come on. All right. Let me get my crescent wrench. Ay, ay, ay. You got to make sure it's metric, okay? We are working on metric guns. Get that snugged up. All right, I'm gonna put I'm not sure where my other stuff is now. Let me see. Here we go. A little bit of silicone grease. I'll put on top of this. And this is just so that the shroud will slide down it. Put that on there. You can't know, there's no alignment to this. Once you put this shroud on there, it's tighten it up, it's not going to be where you wanted it. Make sure you go through the brace. Gotta take it back off. I forgot something. I put an O-ring between the barrel and the stripper. I forgot that. All right, start over. There we go. Darn it. Forgot to go through the... So we're going to take that off so we can slide it over it. Put it back on. Now, put the shroud on. Looks like it lined right back up where it was. All right. And drop in the baffles. The retainer nut. There we go. I need to make sure it's good and snug against that O-ring in there. All right, we are going to put the original back on it. Well, first, make sure you tighten up your bleed screw. Make sure that's good and tight. Drop the screw. Well, I'm having fun today. All right. There wasn't supposed to be no air in there. I've done bled that thing. There was a little bit of air in there. Shouldn't be putting my finger on the trigger either. All right. Scope. Alright, we gotta find the original end cap because I want to start with it, and then we'll put the new one on and see if it works. I'll get my torque wrench out and torque this up later. All right, let me find the end cap and we'll meet you outside. All right, so we got it back together. We still have the original front piece in, so let's take a couple shots. I've already shot a few times, made sure the scope was on. It was low and left. I mean, pretty low. So we definitely made a change in point of impact. So just to show y'all, I'm gonna throw a couple onto that target way down yonder. All right. Off with the old. On with the new. Did we fix it? Did we fix it? Ooh, let's see. All right. So we got her fixed. I think she's still shooting high though. Can't tell where it's hitting. Oh well, we'll get some paper out and get her sighted in. All right, another problem solved. Thanks for watching, everybody.